15 years ago, Mia, when we first got in touch, I was amazed by what you had created for Starwood. 6 international spa brands. When people were thinking of how to do one, you were busy doing 6 for upper upscale and luxury hotel brands, including Westin, Sheraton, St. Regis, W Hotels, Le Méridien, and the Luxury Collection Hotels. 2 years ago, as Senior Vice President and Global Head of Wellbeing, you created and led Hyatt's global commercial and corporate well-being strategy, spanning over 875 properties. Sometimes people are busy with one, imagine you, 20 brands and 130,000 plus employees. So you strategically position well-being as the realization of Hyatt's purpose, which is, I quote, caring for people so that they can be their best. Since March 2020, what are the shifts that you have seen in hospitality, and what are the silver linings or the gold linings, as you call them?
Well, first of all, that's very kind of you to state those accomplishments. I think for your audience, what I would say is relevant about my experience that can lead to the gold linings is that I think wellness has shifted from a nice to have or an amenity that might be occasionally offered at a high-end hotel to consumers driving the desire to maintain the health and wellness habits they've established at home to keep them relevant on the road. What used to be, enjoyed by maybe, 5-10% of travelers is now something that's really demanded by the majority of consumers who are trying to stay well on the road. So I think it's really shifted also when you think about traditional hospitality, where the wellness mentality was born out of spa, fitness, and pool, has now emerged outside those 4 walls to touch things like food and beverage, design, sleep quality, and the list continues, environmental consciousness, and so forth. So when I think about the last year, I think COVID has been a catalyst for all things well, because we've been reminded again of how precious our health and wellness is, and that health is really our only wealth. And I think the gold linings include innovation. I think when we've had to close our doors, it's forced us to think and see things we might not have if we were so busy with managing the guest experience every day. We had a moment to pause. I think it's forced us to contemplate much needed technical advancement in the hospitality industry that sometimes has been slow to pick up, to enable safer guest service in the short term, but also better customer service over time. I think the opportunity to focus on truly impactful service with much more grateful consumers. And I would say that the biggest gold lining, and I would say this for the industry and for brands, is that they all have the opportunity to make a first impression for the second time. That's important. Imagine the people that are going to visit their favorite brand again, and they haven't been out for a year. And that brand happens to make the best impression. It feels safe and clean, and you feel cared for in a way you haven't been before. And oh, by the way, you're connecting with people again. You're visiting a place you've been wanting to see. You're so much more grateful for the trip you have today than you might have been if you continued traveling straight through the year. That's a very special moment between the brand and the consumer. And if they feel cared for and they feel safe and they enjoy their visit, I think that's an opportunity to earn loyalty for life. And that is something that would not have been happen had COVID not happened, because it gave us all a moment to pause, to improve our businesses, and to really, from a consumer standpoint, really value travel again.